With his presidency cut short, Joseph Erap Estrada sought to return to Malacanang in the 2010 elections to finish what he called the best performance of his life. He lost to President Aquino, but he came up a strong second with a solid 9.5 million votes. The master charmer is not about to bow out of the political scene. Next year, he plans to run as mayor of Manila, pitting him against Mayor Alfredo Lim. After forging an alliance with PDP Laban, the political party's 2010 running mate, Vice President Jejomar Binay, Erap is out to prove he's still a political force to reckon with. And we have here in the studio former President Joseph Erap Estrada. Good evening, Mr. President. Welcome to Solar Network News.
Good evening, Pia.
Kamusta na po?
Mabuti naman. I'm still okay.
Good. Good to see you doing very well. Well, anyway, Mr. President, what did you think of what Mayor Lim said? Yung sabi po niyang parang wala kayong kamatayan. Was that a threat?
I don't know what he meant by that. Ano ba, hindi ko alam kung nananakot o whatever.
And it's not just a figure of speech?
Well,
or
I don't know. I don't think so because he was referring to the 28 councilors and the vice mayor who left him. Kaya sabi sila, parang wala silang kamatayan. He's referring to the 28 councilors and the vice mayor who left him.
Okay. So you really felt that it was more a threat than how he's explaining it now?
Well, it's just like somewhat a threat. Wala naman. But sabi ko nga doon sa mga concert, the vice mayor, bakit nyo intindihan? Bakit tayo matatakot dun?
Okay. Okay, so wag intindihan na lang? Parang
Huwag
nyo pansinin?
Hindi dapat katakutan yan.
Okay. Have you ever used words like that?
No, I never threatened anybody.
Okay. Eh, yung tamaan ka sana ng kidlatan.
Yun sa mga nagsisinungaling.
Okay.
I said that, really.
Oo.
Because he was lying to his teeth.
Okay. All right.
And he apologized already. That
Yes,
one person I called tama ka ng kidlat. Nag-apologize na eh.
Si Jun Yasay. Well, speaking of Vice Mayor Isko Moreno, should he still file a case? Or as you said earlier, sabi niyo kasi dapat wag nang intindihin or wag pansinin.
Na siguro dahil they're both still serving the people of Manila. Instead of quarreling, they should unite, and this is the last year of the service to the people of Manila as elected officials. I think it's about time that they should join for the good of the people of Manila.
When you say this is the last year of the
Yeah,
serving,
because next year is the election year.
Oo. At hindi na si Lim ang mananalo. Ganun po.
Well, we don't know.
Sabi niyo
That
kasi
remains to be
last year.
seen. I mean,
Okay.
the term will end on the next year, June
Yes,
30.
yes. Oo. Well, yesterday, nandito po si Mayor Lim and he was explaining ang punot-dulo po ng problema nila yung ghost employees daw ni Vice Mayor Isko. Kayo po ba, papayag kayo na may ghost employees ng City Hall?
Hindi, takot ako sa multo eh. Kaya hindi ako papayag.
Okay.
At saka, bakit ngayon lang niya sinabing ghost employees yun? Matagal lang niya pinipirmahan yung mga payroll nun. Tapos, as the Vice Mayor told me, yung ayaw niya aprobahan ng payroll dahil ghost employee, pumunta sa korte and the court told the mayor to give them their salaries. At saka nakakaawa, because of vengeance or just because na the councilors left him and went to my party. After leaving him, he really tightened all the men of the people under the city council. That's unfair. That's not his money. That's the people's money.
Okay. So, ang tingin nyo lang talaga, medyo pinulitika ni Mayor Lim yung mga kansihal.
Salita parang benganza. Hindi tama. It's not for a city mayor to do that. These people that is not giving salary, para maintindihan ako ng mga taga-Maynila, yung mga taong empleyadong yun, ay sangkayod sa tuka. May mga pamilya yun. may mga anak. Eh, pag hindi mo pinasweldo yun, saan kukuha ng pakakain yung mga anak nila? You know? Just
Okay.
because of politics, gugutumin niya yung mga pamilya ng mga tao.
So hindi ito, you don't believe na ghost employees itong mga ito?
I don't
They
believe so.
really exist and
Because they've been receiving their salary and with the approval of the mayor. Oh.
okay. Let me ask you, Mr. President, about Senator Coco Pimentel. Did you meet with him or not on Monday night?
Well, at last, I've been trying to meet him for almost a month. I've been trying to make an appointment with him. But yesterday, she called up my secretary. He'll be available tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock.
Oh, and
So-
where will this be?
On my house.
Ah, okay. For live coverage po yun.
And then,
Ay, di ba? Okay, photo op muna.
Yeah, photo op
bago
siguro.
pumasok. So 10 a.m. And what are you going to tell him?
well, as much as possible, I'm going out of my way, not only because he's my godson, it's because I believe in him. He's a very intelligent man, and he's a top notcher, and I think he'll be an asset to any political party.
But how will you convince him, Mr. President, to still say yes to you, in spite of the fact that he feels very strongly kasi about Mig Zubiri?
Well, because he believes that Mig Subiri is responsible for those cheating that happened in the last election. But the mere fact that Mig Subiri was not included or implicated or one of the accused in this electoral sabotage, that shows that he is innocent about that conspiracy between Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo and the rest.
Kahit nag-benefit po siya.
But that's not his fault. When he learned that there are so many evidences against the Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo and her company, she resigned. She was the first politician or mayor or senator who made the privileged speech and resigned as a senator to give way to Senator Coco Pimentel to assume his office as senator.
How else can you convince him, Mr. President? He seems to sound like he needs a lot of convincing na.
Yeah, but I said that, well, I would say that I don't like to preempt it.
Hindi, clue na lang po, clue.
Well, in as much as there's no proof that he's part of the conspiracy of that electoral sabotage, that means that he's innocent. No, it's not his fault to be benefited from it, but the mere fact that when he learned that there are so many evidence against who conspired in that electoral sabotage, he immediately resigned as a senator.
Okay,
He could have
okay.
prolonged that
Oo, oo.
and continued the protest until the finish of that 6-year term. But he did not. So he gave way to Senator Coco to assume as a senator. At least may 2 years pa siya, di ba?
Oo. So you're going to be telling him parang let bygones be bygones,
Yes,
forgive and forget
you
na
know,
lang,
kasi
tapos na ito, ganun.
the slogan of UNA, the coalition of UNA and PMP and PDP and PMP is our slogan is una sa pag-unawa, una sa gawa. Dapat maunawaan niya.
Aha, okay. All right. And will you be telling him kung ano yung mga lessons that you learned in politics that he can apply in this case?
Oh yes, so many have conspired against me. It's proven.
And people who
Including-
betrayed you. Huh?
Yes, so many people have betrayed me. And you see, when I stepped down, GMA, Mrs. Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo, instructed his Secretary of Justice, Nani Perez, to offer me twice that I can leave and go to the country of my choice. I can bring anything I want to. There will be no cases filed against me on the condition that I resign as President of the Republic of the Philippines in writing. Twice I was offered, twice I rejected it. At sabi ko sa kanila, huwag na kayong mag-aksaya ng panon. Hindi ako alis sa bansang ito. Ano man ang gawin nyo, hindi ako alis. Kahit na ikulong nyo ako, hindi ako alis. Ayun, kinulong nga ako.
Oh my, okay.
At least,
Oo.
Pia, what to say this? If I'm guilty, kung may kasalanan ako, siguro yung una palang alok sa akin, tumakbo na
Umalis na
ako.
kayo. Oo.
Yung kamukha nung isa, di ba, naharang sa airport, tatakbo na sana.
Sino po yung isa?
Oh, yung kapalit ko sa veterans.
Oh my, okay, okay. Mr. President, itong yung ratings for top endorser for 2013. So, si Jojo Binay daw 73%, si Presidente Aquino 66%, kayo po 51%. Ang ibig po bang sabihin nito delikado po ba yung kandidato ng liberal sa 2016?
Based on that, statistics, palagi ko, delikado. Magsasama kami dalawa ni Vice President, ang laki na lamang namin. Di ba? Oo. Walang kasama si President Noynoy, siya lang mag-isa. Kami dalawa. Kasama pa namin yung Senate President. Hindi ba?
Oo. Who do you think is going to be the Liberals candidate in 2016?
Well, it's up to them.
Si Binay na po ba talaga ang kandidato nyo sa 2016?
101% sure.
At panalo siya?
Malamang, in all surveys, he's leading.
Iboboto nyo siyempre.
Of course.
Hindi, I brought that up kasi.
Nung nagsabing hindi ko rin nailagay.
Oo, kasi
No,
siguro next time around, papakita nyo na lang
sabi
mabuti.
ko nga nung nagkakampanya kami, sabi ko, kung iboboto nyo ako, huwag nyong kalilimutan, alisin sasama nyo lagi sa akin si
Binay.
Mayor Binay. Sapagkat nung aking Vice President doon, nagtaksil. Plinano ko, ito, hindi ako iiwanan at talagang totoong tao. Kaya kung aalisin nyo hindi nyo sasama sa akin, unahin nyo na akong alisin. Yun ang ginawa, inalis ako, siya iniwan.
Aray ko. So siguro in 2016, Mr. President, when you vote, papakita nyo na lang sa media, sinade ko na. Ganon.
Sino yung nag-i-intrigue ang media?
Ewan ko. Anyway, the corona verdict, Mr. President, are you happy about the verdict? I know in February, when you guested po sa amin sa Senate, nung nag-guest analyst po kayo, ang sabi po ninyo, ayaw nyo magsalita kung ano yung gusto nyo mangyari.
Well, I was observing every day, and I would say that the Chief Justice, Corona, is very fortunate that he was given all the chances for him to prove his innocence. Unlike yung nangyari sa akin, nag-walk out yung... I did not talk to any congressman. I know the impeachment from Congress was railroaded. I did not complain. I know I can defend myself in the Senate impeachment trial court. But I was not given a chance to defend myself. You know, any man accused in court must be given a day in court to defend himself. But I was not given a chance to defend myself, not even a minute. What they did was, lahat yung mga prosecution witness, yung nilabas na nilabas, ang media naman, parang telenovela. Well, I don't know, pati media, nag-conspire yata laban sa akin. That's what I, think only.
Yes, sir.
Lahat pagkatapos, yung second envelope, hindi lang nabuksan because that is in the law, that it's not included in the charge sheet. Halimbawa, na-charge ka ng murder. Ang ganda lang charge. Tapos sasama pa nila rape. Hindi pwede yun. I have the best legal counsel like Attorney Mendoza. He's one of the best. So, legally speaking, talagang hindi pwede. So, ginawang ng prosecution, they walk out. But the presiding justice, who is the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, he was precisely made the presiding justice when a president is being impeached because the Chief Justice knows the law from A to Z. But what did he do? When the prosecution walked out, he did not stop them. He can charge them for contempt, or if they don't come back, he can dismiss the case immediately for failure to prosecute. That is very elementary. You don't have to be a lawyer. But he did not, because he's in connivance also.
Okay. So
you look at what happened to the Chief Justice Corona's trial. When he walked out, immediately the presiding officer, which is the Senate President,
President.
ordered the closure of doors so that nobody can escape. See?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
he could have done that if he's not if he's not in conspiracy with the prosecutors.
Okay. Okay. What would you have voted, Mr. President, if you were a senator judge at that time?
Well,
What?
based on the evidence, I think yung, what the ombudsman
Testified to.
testified, the Justice Carpio, Morales Carpio. It was very clear.
So your vote would have been?
Well, of course, convicted.
Convicted.
Because of the strong evidence, like the dollar account and the 80 million, even if it's commingling with some relatives, but still, it's an asset that they should have declared.
Do you believe that it was commingled funds?
That's according to him. It
Pero
testified.
naniniwala po kayo? Commingled, na
Whether
matagal na
commingled
silang
or not, he should have
nag-investigador.
declared that.
Aha, okay. Balik pala tayo sa 2016. Sino po kaya yung magiging running mate ni Jojo Binay?
That I don't know.
You don't.
I
Who would
think
you like to be his running
It's
mate?
his choice. It's his choice.
Okay. Pero ang mga chismis kasi, it's going to be your son, Jinggoy.
That's chismis and politics.
Ayaw nyo?
But
Gusto nyo?
you know, my father never intervened in my political career. Now he's been a mayor, now a senator. I cannot tell him what to do.
Oh, Mr. President, the last few questions. What did you think of that 1 billion loan to the IMF?
Well, for me, I'm really puzzled. Why? We are a country that is hard up. It's only because of our OFWs that we have these dollar reserves. Kaya I would say, maswerte na ang ating pamahalaan na yung mga may imbes sa halip na yung mga mayayaman ang tumutulong sa ating pamahalaan. Yung mga mahihirap through OFWs ay nagre-remit dito ng over $20 billion a year. Kundi dahil sa mga mahihirap, wala na, baksak ng ating ekonomiya. Kaya huwag yatong masyadong mayabong yung mga elitista, yung mga burgis, yung mga mayayaman. Kung hindi dahil sa mahihirap, lalong-lalo na naghihirap itong bansang ito.
Mr. President, in 2010, you said that would be the best performance of your life. Kailan po ba ninyo balak mag-retire? Or you will never retire?
Kasi, Pia, even some my children said, or some of my close friends, what are you trying to prove? You've been a mayor, senator, vice president, and president. They're trying to prove. I believe I believe
Deep in
that
your heart.
service to the people, especially to the poor people, has no boundaries. I have no titles is immaterial. Para sa akin, I mean, I'm very glad to say this. I'm always repeating this. Ang sabi ng mga mayaman, yung artista ngayon, pang bakya lang. That is true. Kung hindi dahil sa mahihirap na kahit yung mga sining may surot, pumapasok mahirap, nagbabayad para makita yung pelikula ko. The poor people was the one who made Joseph Estrada for what I am now. Lahat, naging superstar, yung mga mahihirap ang umipila sa sine, nagbabayad sa takilya para makita yung pelikula ko. Nung kumandidato ko sa San Juan ng bilang mayor, ano sabi ng mga so-called intelihensya doon, ng mga mayayaman? Oh, ano nalalaman niya si Erap, yung Joseph na yan? Anong gagawin niya sa, wala naman nalalaman sa tungkol sa pamalakad sa gobyerno yan. Baka mag-aarte-arte lang yun. But after 3 years, nakakuha ko ng one of the 10 outstanding young men. I tried to prove to them I can deliver.
Okay.
So, and then up to the senator, vice president, and president, may hirap pa yun sumuporta kay Erap. Ngayon, sabi ko, mamamatay, mabubuhay si Erap. Hindi ako makakabayad ng utang na loob sa mahihirap. At ito, the last few years of my life, itong huling taon ng aking buhay, iaalay ko na sa aking mga kababayan sa Maynila. Dahil sa Maynila ako pinanganak sa Tondo, Manugit Maternity Hospital.
Okay.
At doon ako sumikat sa Maynila. Pinatry ko yung Robin Hood ng Tondo as yung Salonga. Kaya malaki ang sentimento ko pag hindi ko na pag nakikita kong naiiwanan ang lungsod ng Maynila ng kalapit lungsod, naiiwanan ng Makati, naiiwanan ng Quezon City, naiiwanan ng Pasig,
Okay.
naiiwanan ng Mandaluyong, nakapanghihina yung capital city pa naman.
Mr. President, we only have 1 more minute to go
Okay.
with you. So, last 2 brief questions and brief answers. Kamusta na po si Dolphy?
Medyo talagang hindi ako makatis tingnan na matagal. Naaawa ako. Dahil mga flashback lang sa amin yung aming sama nung araw. Hindi ako matis.
But he's getting better, so we can
I
only
hope
hope
so.
for the best. Okay.
Kaya kailangan pagdasal natin. At ako, nagpamisa nga ako para sa Panginoon na sana bigyan pa siya ng mahabang buhay.
At huli na po ito kasi may nag-text, itago po natin sa pangalang Jinggoy Estrada. Ang question po niya tanungin mo kung sino mas pogi sa aming dalawa.
Si Jinggoy?
Ah.
Malabo mata ng sabi niyan. Siguro, ako mas pogi naman ako roon.
Okay. Sabi nga niya, yun ata sasagutin. Maraming salamat po. Thank you so much for
Okay,
visiting us,
thank you.
Mr. President.
Thank you, Pia.
Thank you po. That was President Joseph Estrada. Coming up, Syrian President Bashar al-Assad declares that his country is in a state of war. This and more when Solar Network News returns.